Consumer preferences have been changing for some time now. I think for a long time, people were very obsessed by the millennial. But in fact, the millennial generation has really changed what people expect from the businesses that they work with and the banks that they're customers of. It isn't enough now just to be the person that provides your mortgage, your savings account, your current account. It's not enough just to be your mum and dad's bank anymore. It's important that you are something that people can relate to, that they feel connects with their values, and that there is some kind of an emotional attraction between the customer and the brand. And millennials really started this, but it's super amplified in Gen Z. So thinking about this idea of niche or affinity banking, about connecting with what's important to people, is critical for every bank today. It's a trend that's not going away. Environmental concern, social justice concerns, political, economic, and social affinity is how people will choose the brands and the banks that they work with in the future. When you're thinking about your customer, first of all, you have to get to know that customer. That means data. That means customer research. That means sitting in a room and looking them in the eye. That means really understanding what matters to them. And it comes back to this idea, the future of digital banks will be those that connect emotionally. And you can't connect emotionally unless you know who your customers are and you know them intimately. Once you've decided on that, I think there are really 4 things to think about. The first one is to really understand what is the affinity group that you want to build for. Are they an occupational group? Are they a politically or environmentally motivated group? Are they a demographic? But be very clear on what that affinity group is and what it is that binds them together. The second thing is find a problem that hasn't been solved by other banks today. Because finding that unique opportunity to do something different is what makes a really solid niche bank. Lily is one of my favorite digital-only solutions. Gig workers renowned for not paying their taxes on time, messing up their expenses, suffering from irregular income, and generally having a difficult kind of financial management process. So Lily brought in a very simple to use app that allowed you to real-time do your expenses, upload your receipts, printing out, quarterly and annual reports on expenses that can be submitted, a sweep account that gets you tax savings, and just a generally easy way of getting access to your money. Then the third thing is build a brand. I think one of the big messages that I think our industry needs to hear is don't think like a bank, think like a brand. That means you think differently about customers. That means you think about your vision, your mission, and your values. And if you're going to build a digital-only solution, you can break away from all the boundaries that you might have had as a traditional brick-and-mortar institution. This is your chance to really do something that looks different, that feels different, and most importantly, behaves differently. Because when I think about a brand, it's not about your logo and your visual, it's about who you are as an institution. And it comes back to connecting with those customers. You have to build a brand that connects with that affinity group. And then the final thing is you need a really solid go-to-market plan. One of the great things about niche banks is if you're clever, you are kind of connecting into an existing marketing ecosystem. It's a very tough time to be a leader in banking. You're faced by changes in what consumers want and demand. There's increasing competition from fintechs and pressure to be present in the digital economy. That does involve thinking differently. It does involve facing up to new challenges. Most importantly, find yourself some great partners, a great technology provider, some great marketing partners, and some great employees as well. So having people in your institution that understand the world of digital, because it is different. In particular, understand the world of digital marketing, because that's certainly different from traditional brick and mortar. But essentially, there's so much opportunity out there. There is a niche for everyone. And the good news is that niches actually don't have to be forever. when you build a digital bank, you're building a foundation and an infrastructure which can become many different things. If your first idea doesn't work, test, learn, move on quickly. The level of investment that you're required to do that is, it's a third of opening a new branch. It gives you the freedom to play, and it really does give you the opportunity to change what it means to be a bank in, 2021.